Hey, my name's Amanda Drews. Welcome to A Greener Demeanor. I started this channel in order to share what I've learned about living a greener, more eco-friendly, socially responsible life. I started it as a New Year's resolution. A few years ago I called it my Green in 2019 project because every year I pick a new project just to get me through the nasty Minnesota winters. I've made lots of New Year's resolutions before. Ballroom dancing, photo recovery, and like ancestry stuff, juggling, learning new languages, bonsai tree. Spent a whole year trying to learn how to cook, like just basic cooking. And now starting a blog and learning how to edit videos. New Year's resolutions, or really most goals in general, should have quantifiable results. So instead of just saying, I'm gonna be healthier this year, you gotta say something like, I am going to work out once a week, if you're starting from nothing, during the month of January for 20 minutes on that day. And then in February, I'm gonna work out twice a week for 20 minutes on those days, and then kind of up it from there. So you make goals that you can actually record your results. And this one was really important to me. Something I've put off for a long time, but kind of held back because I didn't want to feel judged about what I was doing wrong, and it just seemed like there was a lot of pressure to do some of these things, but like the exact right way. I want you to not feel that pressure and be able to try things out that you might not be comfortable with at first, or you might have always thought were like, ooh, that's that hippie garbage over there. But it actually is really important that we start changing the way we live for our kids, our grandkids, the rest of the people on the planet, the plants and the animals. All of it kind of goes into one. And after I had kids, I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, this is really important for their future. I do believe in the power of your dollar and how you spend it, and that really impacts how companies produce the products that they're making. And I believe that there's also a lot of systemic changes that are needed to make some big leaps forward in how our society deals with waste, how our society produces things around the world, and who's making our products and the types of materials that are being used to make those. And when we learn more and share what we're doing with others to teach them about it, it kind of shifts that normal around. Back when I started out, I would bring in my produce bags to the grocery store, and a lot of times they wouldn't know what to do with it. Now it's a pretty normal thing to see people have reusable bags and produce bags. So I put this channel together like my New Year's resolution format. One subject a week for 52 weeks, that's 1 year. Going through all the different areas of my life to try and make them a little bit greener. I wanted to break it up into chunks so that it's more attainable and easier for everybody to kind of follow along. Even though this is set up like a New Year's resolution, you don't have to start at January 1st. It could be January, or it could be the middle of the year. It doesn't really matter. First, I want you to think about what's important to you. Why are you doing this, and what are kind of your core values for what you want to help change in the world. Then we're going to talk about how to get rid of the waste on the things that we do consume. What's the proper way to dispose of that waste when we're done with it. And then we're going to go through a lot of product reviews because I've tried out hundreds of different things, and some of them have honestly been life-changing, and some of them are complete garbage, like really stinky and nasty mistakes. But I don't want you to have to waste your time and money and lose friends because you smell. I don't want that to happen to you, so you can use this instead to learn from my mistakes. And I'm gonna make more mistakes, that's just how it goes. But we learn new things every day, and things can change with the data that we're presented with. I chose the name of Greener Demeanor because A, it's catchy, and it also signifies like that love for nature and wanting to be a good steward of the earth. But that greener part, instead of just green, sort of shows that I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm doing better than what I was in the past. And demeanor is our outward behavior, the examples that we're setting for others. So we want people to see what we're doing, the differences that we're making, and do those things as well. Everybody is also different too. You're going to be approaching these things from different ways. We have different values, we have different religious beliefs, political beliefs. We live in different places that have access to different resources. And based on your priorities, there's going to be some things that are non-negotiable for you to give up or to try either. Like, I'm not going to give up traveling. That's a very important part of my life. It's also a huge contributor to your carbon footprint, but I think traveling is very important. I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan. I am working to try and get more towards that end of things, but I don't see me giving up meat altogether. But I am trying out different alternatives. I'm looking at where my food is being sourced from, that kind of thing. So kind of adjusting those non-negotiable things for what you can do. I also have 2 kids, and they are huge little waste factories. We're not going zero waste anytime soon. I don't know if you've ever tried to go zero waste with kids. I know some people out there have done it, but that is just not practical for my family. And I want you to do what's practical for you. I also want you to remember that I am not a doctor. I have a degree in biology and a minor in psychology. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your doctor, especially. So the things that I'm recommending that worked for me may not work for you or may not be healthy for you. So you have to know that and talk to your doctor about that. Thanks for checking out the channel. That's the first step in trying to live a greener life, is just exploring what's out there and seeing what options you have. You can follow along at greenerdemeanor.com. That's my blog. So it's kind of the same format, but if you would rather read it in a blog, I'm also on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to make sure that you get all the videos that we come out with. I know why people have to say that now, because that's how you run your channel, right? And that really helps me out if you're letting me know your feedback on what we're doing. And if you're liking what I'm putting out, or if you don't like it, let me know. That's how I learn if what I'm putting out there is what you're looking for. So grab a coworker, grab a friend, grab your partner, whoever wants to share in this journey with you, so you can have an accountability partner for this, and you guys can share things that way. And when you find something out of the store, you can be like, hey, I found this thing. That way you can be much more successful instead of doing this alone. Thanks for watching. I'm so excited that you're here and taking those steps to try out a more sustainable life, and I'm excited for some of the changes and discoveries that you're gonna make. Let's go start with some of those goals you wanna make for the year.